I'm Jason Samford.
And I'm Danny Oleson.
We're EXOHXO, and this is our Fastback Session. So tonight, we're going to be playing a couple older songs and some songs off of our forthcoming EP. But we decided that, with the kind of special setup of the Fastback Sessions, it didn't really make sense to have drums and just do our normal thing. It should be more of an acoustic show. Hiromi is playing violin and Bill is playing piano like normal. Danny's going to be mixing it up a little bit. He's been playing bass for some time, but he'll be doing violin, guitar, bass. We kind of trade off and share the role of lead vocals or backing harmonies. And then I'll be playing guitar.
It's been a lot of work making room for our respective egos to be both lead singers.
It's tough.
Yeah. It's going to move a lot of space.
Yeah.
And how boys have it left and Mexico.
So I think when we were first writing a lot of the songs for this band, kind of going along with the concept of being lush and big, we kind of had this sort of Simon and Garfunkel concept where it would be a lot of close harmonies, a lot of, sort of joint vocal arrangements. And that, when it sounds good, it sounds really good. And when it doesn't quite work, it sounds
really bad.
Yeah. So we tried to split up a little bit more and just kind of have a little bit more, our songs, when we write them, I think we both, they're coming from a personal place. So, and I think each of us being fairly busy people, being incredibly prolific to support an entire band is a lot of work. So I think both of us bringing songs to the table has been important.
I think a younger band probably faces you haven't had as many years as we've had to kind of really get to know the other person and kind of get to know personalities and everything, and that we communicate so much better because of that, and like Danny said, knowing the other's strength. So there are absolutely times where I'm okay, I've got this part of the song and this I'm kind of happy with, but I know that Danny would make this kind of thing better, so I can send him a demo and he can shoot something back and be yep, that's exactly what it needed. So it's nice to have that sort of being able to rely on somebody else's strengths.
Heroes are not what they used to be, and you can't know what I know. You can't know what I know. And heroes are not what they used to be, and you can't go where I go. You can't go where I go right now. What our fathers have taught about the man we've become is living off of instinct and waving crimson banners. And what our mothers have taught about the man we've become is knowing what we're good for and shame for our desires right now.
I think it took us a long time to realize that the people who were playing with us and playing the songs that we were writing actually believed in what we were doing. And it was an exciting and terrifying moment at the same time. Because we basically had these people saying, we want to play your songs, we want to contribute, we want to be part of this. We're not just some sort of replaceable resource. And not that we ever thought of them as such, I just think that we didn't have enough faith in ourselves at the time to really believe that someone would care that much. And once we kind of came to that realization and realized this is what EXOHXO is, and that what these people are contributing is just as valuable as everything we're contributing, it became a much more collaborative effort.
Perils are not what they used to be. And you can't know what I know. You can't know what I know. And barrels are not what they used to be. And you can't go where I go. You can't go where I go right now.
It sounds super corny, but there's some Ian MacKaye interview that I saw once where he's talking about how like you can choose to be a doctor, you can choose to be a lawyer, but you don't get to choose to be a musician. You just kind of are. And as corny as it sounds, I think it holds true that I think that if I said, you know what, I just like that, it's too much work and it's all these late nights and I have a job and a family and I just can't do it anymore, that it would like maybe be a couple months before I picked up a guitar and started playing again. Like it just, I don't think that's something that you can like turn off or move that far away from. So early on, I think it was the idea of getting to kind of like take over and be like the greatest band. And, you know, like I'm early on when I was like 15 or 16 and like I wanted to be the next Nirvana or whatever. Like, that was sort of what was driving me early on. And then as I got to the point of like having a full-time job and a mortgage and a family and all that, it's sort of like, I'm not going to be the next Nirvana, but I can't stop playing. Like we have played shows over the last couple of years in front of like a few hundred people and in front of like a few people. And it's just been like, I get to be on stage. Like this is super fun. I get to play loud music and I get to like, it's this expression of stuff that I wrote, and I have these people, these bandmates and friends that believe in it and support it to come out and be out here at 1 a.m. playing to like our family members or whatever. I don't know, whatever it is, it's just this feeling of like, this is just what I really love to do. Whether or not it's gonna work out as being, you know, my primary source of income at this point, but maybe doesn't look incredibly realistic, but it's still super fun.